my little angels. Come in, come in. I'm so excited to see you guys. I've missed you. I feel like it's been forever since I had you over. Come, come. Did you enjoy my week of role plays for Halloween? It was fun. But come in and be comfy. I did bring down all three, not one, not two, but three hammocks and the big rocking chair. So I've got a hammock over there, one by the television, and one over in the corner, and they'll each fit 3 of you, 4 if you're friendly. And the rocking chair's over here, and that fits 2 of you. Ooh, okay, you too. Awesome. I do have these nice hardback chairs, like I'm in, for those that need it for their back, like me. And I've got the couch and the tub chairs, and I even brought the meditation cushions down if you want to be comfy. Please make yourself at home. Now, I do have beverages for you guys. I have individual teapots. No, you don't all get Mrs. Potts, but there are individual teapots for everyone. And inside, oh, it smells so good, is the Rouge Provence tea. And it's all red berries and juniper berry. Oh, it's so good, you guys. And I've got every sweetener from agave all the way to real sugar, every sweetener. You guys help yourselves. And the non-dairy to dairy, we've got it all. I love Mrs. Potts. Tinkerbell's my favorite Disney character, you guys know that. Tinkerbell and I are like this. But Mrs. Potts, she's right up there. I love Angelonmyshoulderasmr though, sorry. Okay, and for those who want a chilled beverage, I went nostalgic today. I'm feeling nostalgic. We have cherry soda. So this is, I have Coke Zero, but I also have regular. I have Pepsi too for those that want it. And cherry syrup. And I get my cherry syrup. Uncle Angel was very kind and bought me my favorite cherries as a treat. They're the Amarena cherries. I love those so much. And you just pour a little, you don't want to dry out your cherries, but you can put some in the bottom and you can pop some. This is so nostalgic for me. I don't know if all of you had this growing up, called the Pop Shop. We had it here in Canada back in the day, and you can still get it at certain stores, Pop Shop, but they had their own store. And you would go, and it was like a warehouse almost, and they had these red plastic bins with 12 compartments. And we were all allowed to pick 2 flavors, and you could have your own. I always picked cherry soda, always. My sister always picked cream soda. Both my brothers were root beer. My mom was lime Ricky, and my dad was a cherry soda as well. Yeah, I just remember that, and they were little stubby bottles too. And then you'd bring back the case and the bottles, and they would, recycle, reuse, whatever. So it was just a fun experience that we used to do as a treat, and especially in the summertime, it was so much fun. And then when they brought back Pop Shop in grocery stores, and some Costco's have them, it's so nostalgic, so nostalgic. So I just felt like sharing that with you guys today before we do our book review of what has become one of my all-time favorite books now. We'll get to that. I do have some treats. Where are they? They're right. So they're right here. Oops, sorry. It's leftover Halloween candy. So we have all kinds that you guys can choose from. We only got about 70 kids last night, so that was a little disappointing. Yes, we give large chocolate bars. No, this is not what we give out. This was for a special little girl. But she was sick. So I'm going to make her up a nice gift bag and walk it over later so that she could have some Halloween candy. But I love the sounds. And these are cheaper than dirt, but oh my gosh, I love them. They're called Tiger Pops. They're so good. Anyways, help yourselves, guys. I'll put that bowl and you can pass it around. And for those that have iPhones, you may have missed it, but I had to pause. That's right, I can now pause. If you upgrade your phone, free, the software is you're upgrading, to iOS 18. Now I was on 16, so I had to do 17 and then 18. Suddenly you get a pause button when you record. Game changer for me. You never have to hear me sneeze again. So I do see we have some new little angels. Hi guys, hi. Thank you so much for being here. Come in and be welcomed, be comfortable. Thanks for joining our fam. Please give it a thumbs up. You can share it. Sharing is caring. If you silently watch, that's okay. I'm just so glad you're here. But if you're comfortable commenting, please do. We love the comments on this channel. I love knowing what you think. I love knowing what you feel, your ideas, your suggestions, all of it, your questions. Love it all. And I love watching you guys interact with each other. And when we interact, we connect. When we connect, we take this great big world and go and make it smaller. And that's a good thing. And please hit that subscribe button below. And hello to all my returning little angels. Thank you so much for being here, for all your continued love and support. I couldn't do this without you guys. Thank you. And I have to tell you, I am so excited. You guys have been so excited, or you've given great positive feedback on the week of role plays for Halloween. Love doing them. The flight attendant and cookie seem to be the most popular, and of course Serenity. But they were a lot of fun to do, so thank you for indulging me in that. Okay, so, and please make sure you're still subscribed. Let's get into our book review. Now, this month's choice was Totally Legit ASMR chose it, and she chose The Lost Bookshop by Evie Woods, which I adored. And this, I'm looking for my glasses. This, sure, I brought them over. Can I read the back? You know what, I can probably read the back. I had this on my Kindle and the hard copy. That's how much I wanted to read this book. I ended up reading it on my Kindle. But this book was so good, guys. So good. If you want to be part of the book club, you can leave your comments if you don't have a channel. If you have a channel, all you have to do is let any of us know. I would say let Totally Legit ASMR know, because she has to choose the next person to choose the book. And that's it. And then at the end of the month, record your review. I like to upload it on the 1st of the month. But we all will do community posts to let you know what the next book is anyways. But I'm going to review this book. Now, I'm going to do this a little different than I've been doing it, because I'm not going to give it away. This is one of those books I really don't want to give it away for you guys. I want you to find this yourself, okay? I'll tell you bits, maybe wee spoilers, but not like I've been doing where I tell you the whole story. This book, I thoroughly enjoyed. I absolutely loved this book. And I don't normally like a book that jumps from one to the other, kind of like Outlander books do. I love those books, but this jumps between 3 stories. But trust me, they line up and it's perfect. You're literally reading one person's story going, but I want to find out what happened to Opaline, or I want to find out what happened to Henry, or what's happening with Martha. Like, it's so good. I cannot say enough good things about it. Now, I'm going to try to read this without my glasses. Okay, on a quiet street in Dublin, a lost bookshop is waiting to be found. For too long, Opaline, Martha, and Henry have been side characters in their own lives. But when a vanishing bookshop casts its spell, these 3 unsuspecting strangers will discover that their own stories are every bit as extraordinary as the ones found in their beloved books. By unlocking the secrets of the shelves, they find themselves transported to a world of wonder where nothing is as it seems. It was so good, you guys. It starts off, you meet Opaline first, I believe. And her story is set in the past. I believe it starts in 1922 in England, and then moves to all over. Then we meet Martha, who is basically running from her past, and she has every right to. She was in danger. And she meets and becomes the housekeeper of an elderly woman in this beautiful home. And then we meet Henry, who is looking for the Lost Bookshop. He saw it once in his life, and he's been looking for it ever since. And it happens to be at the address beside the home that Opaline is living in. Not Opaline, sorry, that Martha is living in. Sorry about that, guys. Anyways, I know it sounds convoluted, but it's so well written, and the characters are so explored. Opaline is stuck in a time that is hurtful for her, where as a woman, she has no rights, no control over her own life. It opens with her brother insisting she marries an older man that she doesn't know, and she basically leaves. She's like, forget this, and goes to find her own life in France. Then we meet Henry, who's searching. He is recently engaged to be married. You can tell right at the beginning this wasn't meant to be, but he's searching. He is trying to find his passion, his pathway, and books are his opening, okay? And then we meet Martha, who is running from an abusive marriage. And she is taken in by this elderly woman and starts to accept that maybe there's more to her life than she thought. And she starts to take classes, and she meets Henry, and Henry introduces her to a world of books. Then some magic starts happening in the home, and you start to wonder. You're reading it going, could it be? Could it be? No, but things start to happen. And she starts to think, Martha starts to think that the elderly woman, Mrs. Bowden, is the one who's leaving these for her. And Henry is getting closer and closer to finding some answers, with Martha helping him. And you know, as soon as you meet them, they're meant to be together. But she's afraid, she's terrified, and he's engaged to someone else. So they're searching for their own mystery. They're on their little quest. And then we go back to Opaline, who through a whole series of things ends up in Dublin. Her brother finds her and things happen. I can give a little bit away. He basically locks her in a mental asylum on his own say. No tests, no nothing, just locks her away. She can't get word to people. Eventually she does, but things happen. And again, something tragic happens to her in there, and you're like, but could it be? Do we know for sure? You'll get there and you'll know what I'm talking about. And then near to the end of the book, you meet Martha's mother, and she starts to reveal little bits and pieces of her past, her grandparents, that kind of thing. And you're starting to connect the dots, but you're wondering if the dots are meant to be connected. I do not want this to sound convoluted. I just don't want to give everything away. It's such a good story. Well, it's almost like having 4 books in one. It really is. But they join. And it's just a wonderful, wonderful story. I literally, when you're reading a book and you don't want it to end, that's when you know you've got the right book. And this is one of those. I did not want it to end. And I'm not going to lie, some chapters are slower than others, but you need those to get to the next one, which zip by. You're literally going, what? No, we can't already be back at Martha. I want to know more about Opaline. Or poor Henry. Oh no, what's happening? And you just go through this book, and I highly recommend it, guys. I cannot say enough good things about this book. You guys know, I love reading. I love books. With the long COVID, I haven't been able to focus as well. The Kindle is helping me immensely because I can make the font as big as I need it. I can have it backlit. I still like holding a book in my hands. I like feeling a book. I love book tapping. They just make me feel good and comfortable and familiar and nostalgic all at the same time. But the Kindle really helps me. It does. And I have the most eclectic reading sense. I love thrillers, psychological thrillers. Love them. I love mysteries. Love mysteries. I love rom-coms. I love romantic books. Basically I love everything but science fiction. I'm sorry to my science fiction people. I just cannot get into it. I'm so sorry. Now fantasy is different. I do like fantasy. I do. What are your guys' favorite books? I'm trying to think of all the books that we did in the book club so far. This was the third, I believe. There was Mind Games by Nora Roberts. There was, no, this is the fourth. There was Mind Games by Nora Roberts. There was The Women by Kristen Hanna. There was The Tattooist of Auschwitz, whose author escapes me. But I'm very excited because I found the other book in that series, Silke's Story. Can't wait to read that. And then we have the Lost Bookshop. So the next month will be our fifth book in the book club, and it's open to everyone, and nobody's obligated. If you need, like Jeannie B needed to miss this month, she just didn't have time. No worries, it's not a job. It's a book club. Some months you can participate, some months you can't. But please join. I would really love to know, all my readers out there, what you're reading, what you recommend. And if you're a content creator and you have a channel and you want to do a book review, do it. You don't need permission. Just read the book and upload your review. We love that. But we would love for you to participate. So like I said, please let Totally Legit ASMR know, or Katie Alice ASMR, or Jeannie B ASMR, or myself. If you would like to be the next person to choose a book, let us know the book. We all get it, we all read it. And you can get it from your local library, guys. So don't think that, oh, it's good, I'm gonna have to buy a book every month. You can get it from your local library. And most libraries will let you borrow on an e-reader. So if you prefer your e-readers, you can do that as well. Okay, so overall, what would I give the Lost Bookshop? Definitely a 9 out of 10. Why not a 10 out of 10? Well, it ended. No, because it does jump. It does. I prefer a fluid story, but I love this book. This is literally going on my bookshelf with my favorite books, which I don't do to every book I have. I'm a big giver-awayer of books, okay? I believe in passing it along. Especially if I know someone will love that book. It's one of my favorite things to do. I truly loved this book, and I hope that you guys will give it a chance. The Lost Bookshop by Evie Woods. Love this story. There is a magical element to it. Like, you do have to. But what I love is that Henry and Martha are so pragmatic that they see the magic right in front of them. But until they learn to accept it, they don't fully appreciate what they're seeing. And it's so neat, because if you're reading it as a pragmatic person, you're like, but by the end, you're like, oh good, I'm so glad. And if you're someone like me who embraces magical, you're just like, could it be? Could it be? I think it is. I know exactly who I want to send this book to. I think she'll thoroughly enjoy it. So I will do that. But yeah, as I say, if you're a content creator, please let us know. Please join the book club. Love having this. It just gives us another community to embrace, you know? And I enjoy putting up my throw blanket. I also have a bookshelf upstairs I like to film in front too, but today I thought, why not, you know? And I hope you enjoyed your beverages. I hope everybody's, I see the bowl's almost empty. I like that. Don't leave me any candy here, people. I don't need it right in front of me. Although I do like my chocolate bars frozen. I do. Mars bars, Snickers, Caramels, Dairy Milk. Oh, Dairy Milk frozen and let it melt on your tongue. I love that. I truly do. So thank you all so much for joining me. And I get to say it again. I've missed that in the role plays because I don't get to say our ending or our intros really. Although I did work it in. I did manage to work it in with the Serenity role play. But I love you. I value you. I honor you. And I am so very, very glad that each and every one of you was born.